remember that day, I was writing this article and the title was, Why Adults Should Share Stories. And I just finished my article and I thought, before I publish it, let me add an image in this. So just like you, I went on Google and I started searching images. So I put stories to search images and I found this. And I said, no, these are not the images which I'm looking for. I'm talking about stories which are real life stories, stories which normally we share. Now for us, stories is very simple. Anything which happened in our life, and if you learn something from that, and if you want to share with the world, that's a story. So I decided to change my search and I put adult stories. And then I found something which I can't show right now on the screen. Now you know, few of you still try to penetrate that black screen. So before you do that, let me change the slide, but not the topic. Are stories only for kids? Or even adults should share stories? I understood the seriousness of this question a few years ago when the first time I remember someone called me to share my story. I remember it was Tuesday evening. I was sitting with my team in the office. I got a call from my college, the same college where I did my graduation in pharmacy. And he said, Praveen, I'm principal calling from the same college from you did your graduation, and I'm so excited to invite you as a chief guest. Now, even in my wildest dream, I never thought someone will invite me as a chief guest. He said, Praveen, not many students have passed out from this college and started a company which has more than 100 people. I also heard that you are providing IT solutions to more than 13 countries. Will you come to my school, come to my college and share your story with my students? I said, why not, sir? When is the event? He said, event is on Thursday. For a moment I thought, today is Tuesday. That college is almost 300 kilometers from the place where I live in Mumbai. I said, don't you feel, sir, this is a little late to invite me? And he said, actually we were inviting someone else, but the last moment that person said no. Now there are some moments in your life where you have to decide whether to feel happy or insulted. I decided to feel happy. And here I reached. It's a deeper part of Maharashtra. And I was so pleasantly surprised the way they decorated the stage. And then I was even pleasantly surprised the way they decorated me. And I started sharing my story. And I could see my driver was sitting just behind the audience. And when I was sharing my story, I could see he taking the video when I was talking on the stage. I completed that talk almost around 1 hour. When I was going back, I looked towards my driver and I said, hey, I saw you taking my video. Show me that video, show. And here I am, watching my own video, sharing my own story. And I said, wow, I can't be so pathetic in telling my own story. It was boring. No, the story was not boring, but the way I was telling, it was really boring. And I thought, let me become a student of storytelling. Let me learn how to tell stories. But why stories are so important? Because wherever we are in our life, we are because of our beliefs. Beliefs are very powerful. Wherever you are or wherever you will be just because of your beliefs. I remember just a few days ago I was in Amritsar. And in Amritsar there is a golden temple. We are aware about that temple. And just outside the golden temple there is a good lake, is a holy lake. And I was just sitting there and my spiritual mind was looking for peace, but my storytelling mind was looking for stories. And I found one. I saw one old man, maybe around 80 years old, struggling to walk. I could see him taking a significant efforts even to take that one step. And then suddenly he stopped. He started looking towards this lake. Now I thought, oh my God, don't tell me that he is going to do what others are doing. Now others were actually going inside the lake for that holy bath. I thought this man could not even walk. Is he trying to cross this busy street, go all the way to this side of the street, take those slippery steps, go inside the water? Will he be able to do that? And when my mind was thinking about this, he actually did that. But why? Because he believed. He believed that this water is holy for me. Beliefs are powerful. Beliefs can help you to reach wherever you want to reach in your life. But sometimes our beliefs keep us away from our goals. There's a slight difference between our belief and what we want to achieve in our life. Stories are so powerful that sometimes they can influence your beliefs and they can slightly bend your beliefs so you can achieve your goals. As a storyteller, this is exactly I try to do every time when I come on the stage and share a story. So let me try to bend one very common belief today, that is trusting people. How many of you struggle in trusting people? I remember this belief, it starts getting built very early in our life. I remember when I was a child, my mom used to call me and she used to say, Praveen, come here. If you're going alone, make sure you don't speak to strangers. Don't talk to them. I would have died with this belief unless I decided to become a solo traveler. Just because I'm a solo traveler, that doesn't mean I don't work in my life. But what I have learned in the last 16 years of my professional career, that even if you're doing the world's most creative job, but if you're doing it every day, it is still monotonous. You have to break the monotony of your life. And I thought that solo travel is one way of breaking the monotony, because my solo travel is different. If I'm traveling in India, I have a budget of only 500 rupees, which includes my stay, travel, food, everything. So if I'm hungry, I cook. I just sit down, I cook. If I'm tired, I just sleep. I can sleep anywhere. And whenever my sleep is over, I get surprised that there's always someone to pick me up. And they drop me wherever I want to go, and they don't charge also. But there's something else I do in my solo travel to make it interesting. I play a game. Because in this kind of solo, you are never solo. You always meet people. And the name I've given to this game is called Game of Trust. Now this game has a very simple rule. When you meet strangers like this, there are few strangers you will meet where your heart, your body, your soul will say, don't trust this stranger. But in this game, you have to do exactly opposite. You have to trust. I will help you to play this game today with me 3 times. I will share 3 episodes. I will ask you after each episode that what will you do? Will you trust or will you not? Are you ready for the game? Let's start. Game 1. I was in a place called Shantiniketan. Have you heard about this place? It's near Kolkata. I had some business meeting in Kolkata, so I decided to club my business meeting along with my solo trip. I was sitting in the train enjoying my tea, and someone came from behind. He tapped my shoulder. He said, hey, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Shantiniketan. He said, don't go to Shantiniketan, go to Sriniketan. Have you heard this place? Even though I didn't hear this place. I said, okay, I am not aware about this place. Let me see. And then he disappeared. And then I reached Shantiniketan station, and I could see someone shouting from auto rickshaw, hey, excuse me, I'm going to Sriniketan. Will you come? Now in my solo trip, anything offered free gets automatic precedence over anything else. I said, free? He said, yes. I sat with him. And then we had some 20 to 25 minutes drive. He asked a few questions. He said, where are you from? I said, I'm from Mumbai. He asked, are you married? I said, yes. He said, where are you staying tonight? For a moment I thought, is these 2 questions connected with each other? Are you married? Where are you staying tonight? And by the time I was thinking all this, I reached this place. And as soon as I reached this place, I could easily sense that this is a remote area of this place. There is no hotels here. And I was standing there with my big, huge backpack, and he started pitching the tent. And he asked me, Praveen, will you mind sharing tent with me? And I was standing there thinking, oh my God, he has misguided me all the way from that station till here. There's no stay here. What if he does something wrong? I have a big backpack, laptop. What if he does something wrong with that? Wait a minute. What if he does something wrong with me? Is that the reason he was asking me, are you married, not married? My heart, my body, my soul started saying, Praveen, don't trust this stranger. Don't trust this stranger. But I was playing a game of trust. I have to trust him, so I have to share the tent with him. My question to you, imagine for a moment that you are in that situation. Will you trust that person or not? Show your hands if you trust that person. Show your hand. No. Okay, so no trust. I will come back to this story again. Let me take you to the game number 2. I was in Kuala Lumpur. I was in the train, sitting in the metro train, and I could see one lady looking towards me. I started looking towards her, and you go any part of the world, the easiest way to start conversation with strangers is this. You get a smile back, you start the conversation, you don't get the smile back, you are busy in your life, I'm busy in my life, but I got a smile back and I started conversation. She said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to a place called Cyberjaya. I had work in university called MMU. She said, oh, how you will go from Cyberjaya to MMU? It's a long distance. I said, I'm a solo traveler, I will take a lift. And she said, don't worry, my husband is coming to pick me up, we can drop you there. I said, free? She said, yes. Husband came, I opened the door. Surprisingly, she was sitting behind. I was sitting just beside the husband. We started the conversation. Almost 1 hour drive. We reached the university and I was about to get down. Husband said, hey, where are you eating tonight? I said, I have no idea. I said, I will see. Okay, what time you are closing your work in this university? I said, around 10 p.m. in the night. I said, okay. He said, don't worry. Come back. Give me a call. I will pick you from here. I said, okay, sir. And then he said, we will have dinner together. I said, okay, free dinner. I took his number, I gave my number, and then I went to university, I had some good time there, and then I came back. I was waiting till 10 o'clock, and then at 10 o'clock, I dialed his number. Here I am, ready to dial and to speak to my new Malaysian friend. But then, surprisingly, this call went on some IVR system, which I could not understand the language. I thought he's busy. I decided to dial after 15 minutes, around 10:15, and then again on IVR system, I could not understand. So I gave it to the watchman who was standing near the university gate. I said, hey, can you just see what's happening here? And he said, sir, someone has given you the wrong number. I said, okay, 10:30. Wait a minute, he has my number. He will call me 10:45, 11 o'clock. And my heart, my body, my soul started saying, come on, Praveen. Just out of courtesy, someone asks you in other country, where will you eat? You will stand like this, 11 o'clock in the night, in other country? Go somewhere and eat. And my heart, my body, my soul started saying, don't trust that stranger. He's not going to come. Move. But I was playing a game of trust. I have to wait for him. My question to you is, imagine for a moment that you are standing at 11 o'clock in Malaysia on that road. Will you wait for that stranger? Show your hand if yes. So we have to trust. Remaining? No trust. Okay, let me quickly go to the next game before I come back to Shantiniketan and Malaysia again. One of my favorite places of India, Jammu and Kashmir. Now I had some work there in Jammu, so I decided to club my solo trip, and I decided to reach a place called Patnitop via Udhampur. Now, when I was making my video, that how I'm feeling at Udhampur, I could see when I saw my video afterwards, I could see this guy, which you can see, was watching me. And after some time, he came near me. He said, where are you going? I said, I'm going to a place called Patnitop. Now, Patnitop is a place where normally people go. And I said, Patnitop. And he said, don't go to Patnitop. You should go to Gul. I said, I've never heard this place called Gul. He said, it's a good place. I'm going to Gul. I stay there. Okay, I said, can I come with you then? He said, yes, you can come with me. And I decided to start my travel with him in the bus. And in the bus, somehow, we had some good discussion. Now, Udhampur to Gul is almost 7 hours drive in bus. And I realized that there's a huge difference in opinion on some sensitive subjects between he and me. And I noticed the relationship was not that pleasant after a few hours. He started speaking with someone on phone in Kashmiri language, and somewhere in the middle of the journey, he said, okay, don't come to Gul today, you can come to Gul tomorrow. I got pleasantly surprised that why he's suddenly saying, don't come to Gul today. He said, don't go. I said, okay, I will agree. I got down, and I got down at a place called Narshi, from where I can go to Patnitop, to my plan A. Because Patnitop is in the middle of Gul and Udhampur. Next day morning, I had option. One, continue my trip. Second, listen to that stranger and go to Gul. But I have to go to Gul because in game of trust, you have to trust strangers. So I decided to go to Gul. I took a I took a bus to Gul, and as soon as I reached Gul, I was invited by police. Now, it took me almost 3 hours to bring a smile on his face, because Gul is not the place where normally tourists visit. It's not a place which is a very tourist-friendly place. And then I was around 5:30. I was so tired, I decided to have tea and go to sleep. And around 9:30, around 6:30 I slept, I was so tired. Around 9:30, I decided to do something which normally people don't do at that part of the world. I went on the road and taking my video. And when I was just making my video, one car came beside me and he said, "Sit down in the car." Now I was playing a game of trust. I had to listen to him. Now imagine for a moment that you are on that road. Will you sit down or not? Show your hand if yes. Okay, no trust this time. So what happened? What happened in all these 3 stories? Let me quickly tell you. In Sri Niketan, he's a good friend of mine now. Whole night we were just playing music. He was singing, soulful singer. Just few days ago, he called me. He said, "Praveen, I'm taking a bike. Let's go together to Ladakh, a solo trip." I said, "Listen very carefully, Rahul. If you are going together, that's not a solo trip." He's a good friend of mine now. What happened in Malaysia? Around 11 p.m., I got a call, a Malaysian number. He said, "Hey, you're still busy in university? You're waiting for your call." We said we will have dinner together. I saved his number incorrectly. He came, picked me. I stayed at his home. Not only free food, free stay. What happened in Jammu and Kashmir, Gul? The only reason he picked me because the place where I had tea around 6 o'clock. When I was going, I had tea and I had some small conversation with that tea stall person, and he said, "If you're going that side," I was going to some place. He said, "Make sure when you come back you meet me." I said, "Why I should meet him?" And I skipped that person while coming back. But this person, the tea wala person, he actually called his friend. He said, "There's one stranger from outside. I don't know where he will stay. Can you try to accommodate him at your place?" And then he took me to his home. He cooked for me. Next day, they took me to mountains. The other person, the person who is wearing the small cap, is actually Hindu, who stopped the car. And the person who's just sitting beside him is a tea stall guy. Why I'm sharing these stories with you, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? I played this game almost 32 times now. 30 times I won, 2 times I lost. What do you mean by that? It means this. If I had not been playing this game, I would have not trusted around 96% people in my life who are trustworthy. What exactly we have done in the last 15 minutes? We have not trusted those 3 people who are trustworthy. But I'm not saying that there are no bad people. I know there are few people might be thinking, "Come on, Praveen, be practical. There are some bad people in this world." They are. And they're so bad as if they don't belong to this planet. They belong to some dark, dirty planet. How many? Show your hand if you have met the bad person in your life. I'm not talking about the person who has a difference in opinion or belief. A real bad person. There are very few bad people in this world. They exist. But just because of few bad people, let's not the whole world suffer. Because the world is full of people like you. Good people. And when I say strangers, boys and girls, I'm not talking about strange people I meet like this on the road. When I say strangers, I'm talking about strangers everywhere. Maybe in your class. I've seen classmates not trusting classmates. I've seen colleagues not trusting colleagues. I've seen neighbors not trusting neighbors. I've seen families not trusting families. I've seen parents not trusting kids. I'm not at all talking about strangers. But why it's so important? Only because of one reason. There's no second reason. You need only 2 things to grow in your life. One is skills. Second, opportunity to execute those skills. And only people can bring opportunities to execute those skills. Whether you believe in God, whether you don't believe in God, whether you believe in luck, whether you don't believe in luck, but the vehicle for opportunities are only people. But when you don't trust people, you don't make relationship. And no relationship, no people. No people, no opportunities. But when you trust people, more opportunities, more growth. Start trusting people. Thank you.